If you're a real estate agent and you're nervous about what clients see when they Google your name, this video is for you. Today we're taking Kathleen Call, a real estate agent with 20 years of experience in the market of Los Angeles. From looking average to looking like this person sells a lot of homes, and I'm going to show you every step. We'll Google her name and pick apart everything that's hurting her online presence, then rebuild her entire online presence. Google, website, branding, lead capture, so that in 5 seconds, she looks legit when clients Google her name. And if you want us to do this for you, I'll show you how you can get a free Google Me Audit at the end of the video. Almost every buyer starts their shopping online now. Recent reports show well over 90% of buyers used an online tool to search for the services they need. And about 1/3 say online research shaped the agent they hire. In translation, people are Googling your name, and if you don't look legit, you're losing business. If another agent shows up under your name, or you're using a template brokerage website, or you have a bad review, that's a brutal way to lose that business. So here's the rule of the show. I Google your name, Realtor, in your market, and I don't see you owning that first page, you fail the Google Me test. Today, we're going to run that test on Kathleen and fix it. First thing we always do, open a browser and type in agent full name, Realtor, and see what pops up. So for Kathleen, it'll be Kathleen Cole, Realtor. Now here's what I see. On the right, the Google business profile is missing. On the left, first few links are brokerage, Zillow, and realtor.com, and brokerage again. Kathleen actually has solid Zillow reviews, which is great, but here's the problem. Her face does not show up right away, and there's no clear sign whether you're looking at the right Kathleen in the first 5 seconds. Everything on this page says Rodeo Realty, Zillow, and realtor.com, and from a consumer's perspective, she just looks like just another agent from a big corporation, not a distinct professional you just met in person. Now imagine this. You go to an open house, see Kathleen, you get back in your car, you put in your seatbelt, and you pull up your phone and you Google the agent's name. And if you don't immediately see her face, the consumer does not know whether they're looking at the right agent that they just talked to. Her personal website doesn't immediately show on the first page, so there's no trust bridge. Right now, Kathleen fails the Google Me test. And I did find her website through her Instagram, so let's take a look at her website now. Up top, what do we see? Her headshot and her brokerage logo. And right off the bat, her page looks generic and it just does not stand out. And if this looks like a DIY site, it's because it is. She built and maintained her site by herself. And here's the buyer and seller section. Let's click on selling your home and see what happens. It shows a property she sold back in May of 2018, and that was 8 years ago. This signals outdated and inactivity to the minds of seller when they're visiting our website. If I go back and click on buying a home, it takes us to a property she bought back in 2018. Again, that was 8 years ago. Then the blog posts. It says recent blog posts. And looking at the date, it dates back to May of 2025, which is roughly 8 months ago. The next blog dates back to August 2024, and the next one dates back to May of 2024. When talking about rates specifically, it's really important that we have up-to-date blog posts or information because rates change constantly. And for that information to matter in today's market, we want to show updated blog posts or updated information pages that show today's current rate. Now, let's talk about her branding. What she's doing well here is she's using the same photo everywhere. That consistency matters. It helps consumers quickly recognize they're looking at the same person as they research their agent. On Instagram, her market is clearly stated, San Fernando Valley, Thousand Oaks to Pasadena and beyond. That part is solid. What's missing is a clear personal brand. Right now, the most consistent brand next to her name isn't Kathleen. It's Rodeo Realty. Her identity online is tied to the brokerage, not to her as an individual expert. As a result, she blends into the company branding and does not stand out as an individual personal brand. So let's summarize Kathleen's before. On Google, she doesn't clearly own her name. There's no Google business profile. Her face doesn't show up right away, and the page is dominated by Rodeo Realty, Zillow, and realtor.com. To a consumer, she either looks inactive, indistinguishable from every other agent at a large brokerage. Her personal website does exist, but it doesn't work as a trust builder. It looks generic, highlights the brokerage more than her, and the content signals outdated activity. Buyers and sellers see properties sold and bought years ago. which subconsciously tells them she may not be active or current in today's market. Her branding is consistent in photos, which is good, but her identity is not. The strongest brand tied to her name is Rodeo Realty, not Kathleen herself. There's no clear positioning that explains who she is, what makes her different, or why she should be the agent they call. The bottom line is this. Online, Kathleen blends in and looks outdated. And that's the gap we're about to close. Now, I'll walk you through exactly how we rebuilt Kathleen's online presence so when somebody Googles her name now, she looks like the obvious choice. We start with the simple outcome. In 5 seconds, when somebody Googles my name, they should see me and think, this person looks like they know what they're doing. Everything we're about to do points at that. Now we fix the heart of the Google Me test. Her Google business profile. So step number 1 is getting a verified Google business profile under her name. The first thing we need to show on the front page of Google is her face and her market. We fixed that by building a Google business profile and put her business on Google Maps. Set her service area to the city she actually works in, upload the same headshot from her website as the main photo, write a tight description, who she helps, where, and how long she's been doing it. Now, when you Google Kathleen Cole Realtor, you see her name, her market, her photo, and a description that clearly states who she helps and who she doesn't help. In 5 seconds, she goes from who is this to looking like, okay, this person obviously does a lot of business. Step 2, we're going to rebuild her homepage. Old website was a generic page that signaled inactivity. New website is a professional site that showcases her listing as a full-width video, her name and her logo as the first thing people see, with 2 immediate buttons that add value to visitors, free home valuation and notable sales, pitching her expertise and experience. As we scroll down, we see a picture of her, immediately verifying you're looking at the right agent. And her market is bolded so people visiting her site knows what market she serves right away and there's no confusion. Followed by testimonials to signal trust. Next, we're going to structure our website around how people actually use it. People visit an agent's page for 2 reasons. They're either looking to buy a property or they're looking to sell a property. That's it. So we build a website around that. Your home, your future. Buy a home, sell a home, and contact us. Where if I click buy a home, it immediately gives people how a home buying process works and they get a step-by-step guide. And we include a call to action that says to book a free consultation in the middle and at the end. Next, sell a home. It immediately shows a step-by-step guide on selling a home, followed by a contact us call to action. As a consumer, she first educates us as to how home buying and home selling processes work, gives value first, and then asks us for our contact information. And as long as people get value and you signal professionalism and trust, they will contact you. Next, we add proof. Notable sales grid with real addresses and prices in our market. By the numbers section where we show her stats as an agent, and the community section that links to a specific page where buyers and sellers can learn more about their city. Now, instead of a generic template website, Kathleen's new website answers 3 following questions. Who are you? Do you do deals in my area and in my price point? And do other people trust you? And her new website answers yes to all of those 3 questions. The last piece is brand identity. We designed a custom logo, cohesive social media banners, and a branded email signature that clearly communicates her personal brand and creates consistency across every touch point. Instead of blending into Rodeo Realty, which is her brokerage, Kathleen now shows up as a personal brand. She went from looking like just another agent from a big corporation to a recognizable professional with her own personal brand. Kathleen Cole. Now, let's put the before and after side by side. Before, Google did not clearly belong to her. No Google business profile, no immediate face recognition, and search results dominated by Rodeo Realty, Zillow, and realtor.com. If you didn't already know her, you would not feel confident you were looking at the right agent. Her website existed, but it looked generic and outdated. It sold brokerages more than it sold her, and the content quietly signaled inactivity. Her branding was consistent in photos, but her identity was buried inside a corporate brand. Now for the after. She owns her name on Google, her face, her market, and credibility show up immediately, backed up by real reviews. Her personal website leads with her name, her brand, and her expertise, with clear value for buyers and sellers. Her visuals, messaging, and identity now match everywhere you find her online. Same license, same experience, same reviews, but ways she's being perceived online are completely different. That's what's crazy. This is what passing a Google Me test actually looks like. If you take nothing from this episode, just remember these 3 rules. First, own your name on Google. When someone searches your name, Realtor, in your market, they should see you, not your office, not a portal, not another agent. Second, lead with you, not your brokerage. People hire individuals. People work with individuals, not the company. Your website, social profiles, and search results should feel personal, intentional, and unmistakably yours. Third, always give people a clear next step that they already want. Free home valuation, buyer's guide, seller's guide, a simple way to start a conversation. Value first, contact second. And let me make it clear, you don't need to be famous online. You just have to look legit within 5 seconds people take to decide whether you're legit. If you're watching this and thinking, honestly, I just want somebody to do this for me, that's exactly what my team and I do all day. We run a free Google Me Audit for real estate agents. We Google your name live, show you exactly where you're losing trust, and if it's a fit, we'll walk you through exactly how we would go about rebuilding your entire online presence so you look legit in 5 seconds. If you want that, go to wookimofficial.com or click the link in the description and request your free Google Me Audit. Every serious agent should at least know where they are and where they're losing trust, and this is my gift to you. I'm Woo Kim. This was a Google Me Test episode. I'll see you at the next makeover.